way of living which excludes all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to the animal kingdom and includes a reverence for life. It applies to the practice of living on the products of the plant kingdom to the exclusion of flesh, fish, fowl, eggs, honey, animal milk, and its derivatives, and encourages the use of all alternatives for all commodities derived wholly or in part from animals. Another iteration of this definition or pledge of the Vegan Society is vegan lifestyles. Vegan lifestyles are ways of living that seek to exclude, as far as is possible and practical, all forms of exploitation of animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. Veganism. Now let's get on with this video. Okay, so this video today is to non-vegans and vegans alike. I started with the definition of veganism from the Vegan Society, who originally defined veganism, because it is so gentle and it is so kind in the way that it describes veganism. I think we've gotten so judgmental, or so vegans on a whole, can tend to be, I need to say that, can tend to be very judgmental to those who are not vegan, or to those vegan who, let's say, eat cheese or make a mistake, have a relapse, whatever you want to call it. Because when I have conversations with non-vegans, or just something comes up in the conversation, oh, I could never do that because I couldn't wholly live that way. It's too much of a perfect life. Wow. The thing is, we are imperfectly perfect because we all have good intentions. There's not a vegan or a person that I know of that has gone vegan with the intent to break the rules. Mistakes happen. People are not perfect. Say you're at a party, you've had a few glasses of wine, a few too many champagnes, you're hungry, all they have is cheese and crackers, the cheese looks, inviting, you're very hungry, your defenses or inhibitions are down because of a few too many drinks, and so you decide to have a bite of cheese. So does that mean that you're no longer vegan? Does that mean that you should be taken out to the woodshed and flogged with a cat of nine tails or something? I know I'm getting my ideas all over the place here, but seriously, does that mean that we take a person out, we throw them away, oh, you should consider yourself plant-based because you used a shampoo that was tested on animals? What if you didn't know? Oh, you should consider yourself plant-based because you're not ethical, you don't care about the animals. How do you know? I think that we are creating an environment that is not so inviting. It's not welcoming. I think we need to drop back 10 and punt. I think we need to think about how we're presenting this lifestyle. So you tell me, a friend of mine said, well, I could never do that because I'm just not that perfect. I could never live wholly and completely. Well, baby steps. How about if you try this? How about if you try not drinking milk from an animal and drink nut milk? How about if you, say, do the meatless Mondays, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you only eat vegetables, and make sure you're getting the vegetables with protein in them, make sure you're getting iron, make sure you're getting all of your nutrients. Do a little research. It may take a little time, but believe me, the resources are out there online. There are fabulous links to recipes that you can get. These are just suggestions. We don't have to tell people that you have to wake up one day and be the perfect vegan, because none of us are perfect. It's not going to happen, and it won't happen that way even if you try. Now I get, and I'm so glad that there are passionate people for the animals, passionate people for the environment, passionate people for health. You know, it can be all inclusive, or it doesn't have to be all inclusive. You know, all activists are not vegan. All vegans are not activists. Think about it. I would say to those who are thinking about becoming vegan, if you don't want to take the initial plunge, I'll be vegan for 1 year next month. I became vegetarian in February last year, the end of February, and then in May just got rid of the milk and cheese, and cheese was my most difficult animal product to give up. You know, I really don't miss meat. I haven't missed meat. There are so many meat substitutes out there if you feel like you need to have them. They're not the healthiest for you, but they are there. So, but I really don't miss meat. I missed cheese. I don't really miss cheese anymore, because at this point it's just not even something that I really think about. And I'm so cool with the whole foods, and I'm so cool with the plant-based diet. I love it. The downfall is that I do still cook for a non-vegan partner, a husband. So, which any of you that have seen my videos know I'm not going to get rid of my husband because he's not vegan. So call me a fake vegan. You know, I don't think that there are intentional fake vegans. Intent has a lot to do with this. You know, your passion about not consuming animal products, or wearing animal products, or using anything that's made from animal products. That intent that is there. Intent goes a long way. Of course, actions will follow, or need to follow, but your intention matters. To you non-vegans who are thinking about being vegan, like I said before, baby steps. If you don't want to jump right in, it is fine to start reducing the amount of meat that you consume, milk, cheese. Start reading labels to find out, because you'd be surprised. There is milk in lots of potato chips, many potato chips. Some breads have milk, even some tortillas have milk. So just start reading labels and being aware. When you're making out your grocery list, Google some of the items that you're curious about. Find out, you know, are there any animal byproducts in them? Does it have chicken stock or beef stock? You know, many vegetarian things will be seasoned with lard, which is from animal fat. So just be aware of these things. Just start Googling, like I said, some of the products. If you don't have time to read the labels in the grocery store, take a few minutes. Anything that is this important or is very important to you, you'll take the time and do the research and find out what's in the food that you eat, what is in the toothpaste that you use, the razors that you use. I had no idea that some razors are not, or most razors are not vegan. It's pretty interesting when you start trying to adopt this particular lifestyle, and it does become a lifestyle. I made a statement in a previous video that I was not an ethical vegan, and the reason that I said that was because my husband's not vegan and I still have animal products in my home. He still eats animal products, therefore I cook them. So what do? You know, does it bother me? Yes. But we live in a world that is not vegan. We come from cultures and society where it's fine to eat meat or eat products that contain meat, to drink cow milk. Anyway, uh, and I can tell you, having been a year, unless I accidentally, which I'm sure I have, I've gone to restaurants and not said, hey, does that bread have milk or eggs in it? I have, and not even thought about it. Excuse me. Does that make me a fake vegan? No, it does not. I still, for all intents and purposes, where is practical, I am a vegan. Now I am more conscientious, and I ask, hey, do you have bread? Can you find out from the chef? And the places that I go, here in Bermuda, the chef there's this one place called Bonefish, and it's an Italian restaurant. And the chef has actually come out before. His name is Livio, and beautiful Italian gentleman. And, joked with me about being vegan, but made sure that everything that I received was vegan. I mean, they're really cool about it. They get it. If you're really worried, tell somebody that you're deathly allergic to anything dairy or any animal products. You won't get anything vegan, or non-vegan, sorry. So, and I'm not going to bother editing this right now when I'm not doing my recipes and stuff, because I'm living in a half-empty house. I'm just making videos so that I can keep in contact with you guys, and things cross my heart or my mind that I feel like I need to talk to you about. So, is veganism a pledge to be perfect? No, it's absolutely not. So, going vegan, if you are vegan, fantastic. Vegetarian, great. Show yourself some of the same compassion that you're working towards showing the animals. If you slip up, if you make a mistake, that doesn't mean that you have to completely fall off the wagon. Get up the next day. I made a mistake. I struggled. I fell. That does not mean that I'm a bad person. It means that I'm a human person. I am imperfect, but I'm striving for perfection. So I will get back on the wagon, and I will forgive myself and move on. Self-forgiveness is the key here, and compassion for yourself is the key. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say, it's not an all or nothing attitude. And this is what so many people come across online, or YouTubers that are trying to promote veganism. It comes across as it's all or nothing. It's not. It's not all or nothing. And I get those that are going to say that it is, but I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. Nothing is all or nothing. I'm sorry, but there are many colors in the color wheel. Everything is not black and white. There's beautiful shades of color all in between there. If your intent is to live by the definition of veganism, and you strive towards that day by day by day by day, and look, make it fun for yourself. Find some recipes. Find other vegans in your community to hang out with, one-on-one, face-to-face, real life people, not just being online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get out in the world and have a meetup, schedule a meetup, schedule a Facebook event, initiate a meetup to where you have a vegan potluck and everybody brings some type of vegan recipe and have dinner together, or a picnic in the park, whatever. Get together with some human beings, one-on-one, or a group of you, face-to-face, not just online, not just YouTube. This does have its merits, but if all you're doing is sitting in front of a camera, or like I am right now, or in front of an iPad screen, or in front of a computer screen, if that's all you're doing with your life, it's not real good. I saw Vegan Revolution on Twitter. He's doing some kind of chalk activism, and said, if you want to meet up and join me in this, DM me and get the information. He is in London. And I thought, God, I wish I was there so that I could go do this with him, so that I could meet him face to face, or, take part of his activism, because I think he's cool, and I think he's a decent human being, a very real human being. So I'm not putting down YouTubers or the venue of YouTube or avenue for people to express themselves, for you to learn about veganism, learn recipes. This is how I find out most of my information, or have found out most of my information. Not most of it, but a lot of it. And I enjoy the social media, the whole Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, the whole thing. And I've met some phenomenal people on here online, and you do begin to get to know them and enjoy them and wait for their videos, and it's cool. But get out and meet human beings face to face and have fellowship and enjoy each other, because that's important as well, and it's healthy for you and me. So the whole point of this is veganism is not a pledge to be perfect. It is okay to make a mistake. I'm not saying intentionally go out and order a prime rib meal, but I get that things are going to happen. You're going to be in a restaurant, or you may be in a situation where your guard's down, you're hungry, you've had a little bit too much to eat, to drink, the food's there, it's not vegan. I mean, there are a lot of situations, and I get it. So my advice to you is, and to myself, because when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me as well, is do the very best that you can, wherever practical and possible. If you make a mistake, get back on the wagon. It's not all or nothing. You can get right back on, pick up where you started from, and move forward. And you can spread the word. You can start a YouTube channel. You can hook up with somebody like Vegan Revolution. You can start your own Facebook page. You can set up Facebook events where, a calendar where other people in your community, where you guys can get together, like I said, and have that potluck picnic or that potluck dinner. Make an effort, and you'll not only feel better because you got out and about and meet other people with like minds and the same thought patterns that you have in this area. It also opens your world to meet people with different thought patterns in other arenas, political arenas, or social justice warrior arenas, Black Lives Matter arenas. You're able to incorporate other people, get their thoughts and ideas, still stand firm on your own without being combative or argumentative, but allow these people to have different thoughts than you, and love them all in the meantime. And that's what it's all about, right? Okay, so to wrap all this rambling up, if you're thinking about going vegan, but you have shied away from it, or you're reluctant because you're afraid that because you're imperfect, or because you might slip up, you're not going to do it, don't be. I mean, imagine if you didn't take a great job because you were afraid you might make a mistake, or you're afraid that militant people are going to jump on you if they get wind that you have made a mistake, or that you're going to be taken out and crucified if you make a mistake. That's not going to happen. And I encourage you to do the best you can for your health, for the animals, for the environment. Do the best that you can. Research, find out about it, see what you can do. Take the baby steps if you need to. And for you established vegans out there, let's try to be gentle and kind and compassionate and loving towards one another. And cut each other some slack every now and then. And yeah, mainly that's it. Love each other, have compassion, be kind, be peaceful, and be nice. So for those of you that are thinking of going vegan, again, it is not a path to perfection. Imperfection is the one constant in life. We strive for perfection. We do the best that we can. We get up in the morning, we breathe, we put one foot in front of the other, and you go about your business. You know, you just make conscious choices to live a healthier lifestyle, to care more about your environment, to love your fellow species on this earth more. It is no longer necessary, in my opinion, for me, to eat animals or products of animals. I have never in my adult life been healthier. I mean, I've never had normal cholesterol readings, great blood pressure. You know, my arteries are not blocked any longer. Let's see, my iron, you know, when I went for my latest blood test, the doctor said, God, I've never known of a postmenopausal woman with such a high iron count. I don't know, you know. And yeah, I do believe in taking supplements. I do take B12 and I do take a D3 vitamin now because my D vitamin was a little bit low. Not much, like they like for it to be 30 and mine was 28. So anyway, that's another story, another video. But anyway, be good to yourself, be kind to yourself. If you're thinking about going vegan, give it a try. Email me if you want information, or if you just want to have a back and forth chat. You can get me on Twitter, the Vegan Grandma, Facebook, the Vegan Grandma, Snapchat, the Vegan Grandma. I'm hardly ever on it because I don't really know how to use it other than to send my grandkids filtered pictures of myself. So yeah, we do that. So wrapping it up, veganism is not a pledge of perfection. There are no perfect people. There are those of us that strive to be perfect in areas of our lives. But anyway, I love you guys. I thank you for spending this time with me. Comment below. Let me know if you guys are perfect vegans or if you slip up, or what advice you would give to new vegans, or advice that you would give to people, to vegans that we have in our community here that that could be a little bit kind. Or do you think that people respond to the militant or more aggressive message of veganism? Let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, whatever you want to do, all the YouTubers say, and I will see you next time. Again, thank you for spending this time with me. I will put this together and see that I can get it online. I'll see you later in the next video. Bye bye.